Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. Now today I've got something a little bit different to share with you. So it's an ideal time, put the kettle on, make yourself a nice brew, maybe open that biscuit tin, get you a little biscuit or a cheeky bit of cake, and let's just sit and have a look. I'm going to show you through my journal. Now this was gifted to me at Christmas and I've got to be honest, it's beautiful. Look at the cover. But I was a little bit scared, didn't know what to do with it, had so many ideas, but I don't know, are you the same? I sort of put off doing that first page. I did that thing of sitting and stroking it a lot. But when it came to the extravaganza, I suddenly had an idea to take it with me. And I thought I'll get some of the lovely ladies and gentlemen at Lavinia to sign it for me, and it can be my memories, and it will give me a starting point then to fill the pages in. So that's what I did. If you look on the front, I've just added some of our lovely sentiment stickers. And if I show you inside, so it starts off, you've got this lovely pouch. And again, it's great for keepsakes. So we've got some lovely keepsakes in there. Not finished the first cover page yet. I tend to leave that. I tend to start in the beginning, sort of further in. Now, the advert from the lovely Dreamatorium Extravaganza, just torn round that and added that to my first page. And this, if you've had one of our lovely chocolates, they've got a nice wrapper look. So that had to go in. And I had to put some mushrooms in because when you go, you'll see above the door here, there's the most fabulous mushrooms that Tracy and Emma Jo have created. The whole thing, and these sentiment stickers just come into their own with this. Now, next, this is just a background from cleaning my stencil, which gives me a starting point for another page. And yes, we've got some, look at this. You may get some ink from a previous page, but for me, that gives me a starting point of an idea to put on this page. So I want to share with you, not every page is done, just a few. So first of all, I went to our lovely Tracy, and Tracy created this design for me, and a little message and handwriting. You know, if you've followed me for a while, I love handwriting. It's so special. So this for me is a part of Tracy, which I will always treasure. And she gave me one of her samples to put in. So I've just added a couple of little butterflies to finish off the design. So next, we've got Sarah. I was very brave. Now, if any of you watched Sarah and myself crafting together, you'll see how brave I was. I gave her my journal and she created this lovely piece for me. And again, a handwritten message. So when I got home, I just created this side, a little bit of colour and our lovely Bumble and Hum. You don't need a lot. And then after that, I'm going to come back and show you this page when we do this together. So after that here, look, Emma Jo. I got Emma Jo to sign and she gave me a lovely piece of her shrink plastic. Now, for me, when I think of Emma Jo, I think of her fabulous shrink plastic demos. So I've added this. I put some 3D glue and some foam pads underneath and just added some stencil work, the coral and the white orbs. And then we have here Mona. So I asked Mona to write me a little bit. Again, I just love the wording. And yes, I have one of her samples as well. And then I finally got time. It's difficult getting around everybody. Amanda. So I've got Mandy wrote me a lovely little message. And yes, I sneaked one of her samples. And I just made it into a little bit of a design, decoupaging the light bulb here and stamping. Now, a little tip, when I stamp, I add some copy paper underneath. So if you've included things, it's not quite flat, but then it makes it flat. So perfectly, they take stamping really well, these papers. And look, I've got lots more pages, 2 more books, look, and look at that. Do you remember that game we used to do when we were little where we just used to make the squares? And we have another, and this one, I can write memories. And lastly, we've got these lovely little folders, these little pockets. And I'm going to be using, I bought this, treated myself. I did say to Sarah when we were looking round, I need some of this gorgeous sort of washi tape. And I've cut a few pieces. and just added it here. So if I've just got my journal, I don't need to take the full amount. Look, I can add small pieces in here. And again, just lots of things, memories. So I've got, she says, I put a lovely, yes, I was gifted this gorgeous bookmark by a couple of our lovely friends and followers. So I got Anya to write something. And what I thought I'd do is every time I go to Lavinia, because I didn't get time to go around, and yes, I know you're all shouting at me, what about Jack? I will take it to my next workshop and get Jack, Lorraine, and whoever I see, you know, as many of the friends there to write and just fill the whole thing. So I'm just going to put my gorgeous bookmark in there. And we'll just decorate this page together if that's all right. Now for me, I find it useful to have a couple of, I'm just going to take those two off, a couple of larger bulldog clips. And it's just for me, it sort of holds my pages down when I'm working on them. But I'm sure you'll find your own ways of working. We all do, don't we? So what I'm thinking is when I got back, I gave most of my samples away, but I had this. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this in here. So why don't I add a little bit more stencil work? So I've got my red bricks and I'm going to come in with, I think I used Mermaid on the day. So we'll come in with Mermaid again. And let's just add some stencil work. And like I say, these pages take the stencil work. And do you know what? If you've, like me, kept lots of little designs that you've made, or you could fill your journal with them. Maybe you're in an ATC group where you swap ATCs, but you don't know what to do with them. Tags. So many of you ask me, what do we do with tags? Well, get yourself a journal and fill it with your tags, like I've done with Tracy's and Mona's. And maybe write a little note who it's from. Or even better, if you're in a craft group, get your friends to write notes to you. Because do you know what? This you'll be able to keep forever. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Honestly, I was so chuffed when I got back. And I actually spent the whole of yesterday adding to the artwork that the ladies had done. And just making these lovely pages. So I'm just going to put a little bit on this side to tie it all together. And look, we've got a gap up there. And I don't want to hide Annie's lovely writing, but I want to sort of make it part of the design. Just a tiny bit here, look. Yeah, happy with that. And again, that stencil, I'll spritz some water on when I've finished and put that on another page. So I'm thinking put this here. So, oh, didn't realise I'd added a bit of the red tape on the back. And then I'll add some glue as well. Now remember, the Bippity Boppity glue dries clear, so if any squishes out, I'm okay. So I'll pop that about there. Just move this way a bit, then you can see. Now while that's sticking, this lovely new tape that I've got, I've just cut part of it out. Now again, it's up to you whether you use the full, I just wanted to go around the shape because I'm thinking that would go lovely here and just balance Anya's writing. Now the good thing is with this, you just peel the back off, she says. Do you know what? For me, that's the hardest bit. And I know some of you are probably shouting at me saying, Jo, why don't you get some tweezers? It's one of those things, isn't it? It's either going to peel off straight away or it's going to make you try and try. Do you know what? Eat your biscuit while you're waiting. There we go, I've got it. And I'm just going to put that in this corner down here. Lovely. Now, I need some lovely words to add, don't I? And then what I'm thinking is in my tin, now as you know, I have a tin, my butterfly tin. So I'm thinking I might add some butterflies. So, oh, I know. What about a couple of mushrooms down here? Now we've got the blue. So what about And again, the stickers are great for this. If you've got die cuts, there's so much. When you go around the Dreamatorium, you will see, and I'm sure you've seen on social media, mushrooms play a rather large part in it. So I'm thinking, let's have some little mushrooms here. Oh, a yellow one. And what I'm thinking is, look, you can tell I like these. I've used a lot of them. If I pop the yellow one, look, it just goes in with the vintage tones here and the yellow from the light there. So if I have that one there, and then maybe I just want something across here just to sort of fill that. Oh, I know. There's a little one here, look. And again, I'm using my scissors just to decide, and I can't quite actually. Going to put it there and just trim it off at the bottom. Right, and then some lovely from our sentiment stickers. And again, remember, you get white, vintage and black, and I think I've used just about all so far, but I'm thinking the vintage would go nice with this. So I'm thinking I like peace and harmony. And I think it'll just tie the colour tones. When you see it as a full page, look, adding some of the vintage over here just ties in with that. So we'll have peace and harmony up there. Now, we've got petals, and obviously we've got this here. So I think petals would just, if I overlap the two there, that's nice. So I need something else to go here. Oh, I know. I love little one, and after all, we've got our little one off Double Trouble, and we've also got, I saw it somewhere, I'm sure I saw look up, oh there it is. I don't know if ever, do you ever look for words on here and then they disappear? If I have look up, I think it could be look up little one, and there's our little one. So what I'm going to do is just with my black fine liner, I'm just going to go round. And again, it's up to you. It's a journal. You don't have to go round them. You can put wiggly lines. You can put straight lines. It's your journal. Now, just so it all matches. And the beauty of it is in a journal, anything goes. You can do sewing. You can, let's just accentuate these corners a bit. And then finally, let's have a look at the butterflies. What colours go? So I've got the green one, but I've also got maybe just one of the orange. I want to add 3. And again, you can just play around. Definitely want that one on there. Maybe that one there. This one as part of this design, and then an extra one up here. Yeah, happy with that. So when you get where you like them, obviously I'm just going to draw the antennae on, because I don't cut the antennae off, I'm afraid. Or rather, I do cut them off. I don't cut round them. Yeah, I've changed my mind. That one's going there. So for me, if you struggle with that, game changer, don't do it. It's easier to just cut your lovely butterflies out, draw it on, and then just stick them on. Now, I'm doing this quite speedily, but obviously you will take your time and literally enjoy each page. And for me, it makes me think about, you know, memories of, I mean, it's just such a lovely keepsake. And it made me look at how many things, you know, we all collect things. I'm sure it's not just me. You know, little tags. And when you've made tags for your friends, it's nice that they collect them. I mean, now I'm looking at all different things that I can add. So finally, Sorry, Anya, I'm going to splat on you. I'm really sorry. And I just hope it's not too painful, but it wouldn't be my page if I didn't add. I'll go round you. And again, I want both pages to go together, that lovely cohesive design. And what I'm going to do is while that dries, I can leave it open like this. And I'm so pleased with that. And I've got so many more pages to do. But I've got a lovely reminder. And I've got, most importantly, that handwritten words that you know, for me, it's just priceless. And I can't wait to fill the rest of the pages with messages and just little signings from my other crafty friends and followers. So I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to have to leave that open because I don't want to smudge this. I hope you've enjoyed a little insight into my journaling. And I can't wait to fill the rest of the pages. And I hope you just think, what would you use your journal for? Would it be a craft group? Would it be for friends and family? Would it be to put all your ATCs in your swaps? Or, you know, have you got a group of friends that you go on holiday with every year? You could add some memories of your holidays. Or do you know what? So many things. Please don't do like I did and just sit and stroke it. These are to be filled and filled with love. And for me, it's the love of crafting and the love of friendship. So you take care, have a lovely evening, and I hope you've enjoyed our little catch up. So much love and hugs from me. Bye for now.